everyone, it's Lena. So, as many of you know, I am a huge fan of gaming, usually including LARP or live roleplay, cosplaying, and tabletop gaming. So, there was an incident and I want to talk about it, but I'd rather turn it into a teachable moment and not more of a rant or blame other people video. So this past Saturday, Laura and I went to Barnes Nobies to have a writing day with an house. And unknown to us, we decided when we went, they were having a large event for the newest edition coming out for Dungeons & Dragons, which is a well-known tabletop game that many know about, and it's been included in a lot of shows and movies, including The Big Bang Theory. Excited, even though I was caught off guard and didn't have any of my stuff on me, except for my dice. I went up to the DMs, which is short for Dungeon Masters, and that's when I joined the play. And unfortunately, I was turned away from the game. Because, in their words, it was too much trouble and too much work for them to make it accommodating. So, at the time, I was mad, and I walked away because I wanted to say a couple of curse words or kick them. And I knew that was appropriate. So, I'm going to turn into a video about how you can make it accommodating for people. So, the first challenge you come across when doing tabletop gaming as a blind player or someone with a vision is the dice. Now, here are the normal dice most people play with.
Ooh.
Which is super tiny, and the numbers are carved into the dice, but it's still really faint, so it's hard to see.
Okay.
Now, when I first started doing tabletop gaming, I did try buying enlarged dice, which are dice that are 4 times the size and are usually a dark color with white lettering, white numbers for the contrast. However, I was still struggling to see them, and my fellow players were getting impatient because it was taking me up to 5 minutes to read what I rolled once I looked at the dice. Because they still weren't a good contrast for me to spot on once I rolled on the table.
Like, hey, where did they go?
Exactly. So when I started doing tabletop mix with LARP, a friend of mine named Jason Goldsmith used a free printer to make this.
Ooh.
Which are real dice.
That's cool.
I like the fact that I can read the braille to know I rolled. And it's textile, so I can feel where it is on the table, so I can find it quickly. And it's a good contrast, so if I'm rolling it on the map or on the paper, I can spot it too. So that does help me in my dice problems. And it came as a little guide.
Cute.
And it was really nice that he made that for me because he didn't have to. It was the fact that he saw I was struggling and he wanted me to be included. Now, the next problem is the character sheets. And for this D&D game at the Barnes Nobies, the character sheets were already created. And most old school tabletop gamers prefer the paper and pencil, which is where you have a sheet of paper with your stats and you're able to erase and refill all your statistics every time you level up in the game. Or you get a new weapon or you get a new spell, etc. However, there are apps you can download where you can create the character sheet and have it either read to you out loud or you can send it to your DM so that they can see what you're looking at and assist you if you're struggling to remember your spells and attacks, or you get flustered, or you're a newbie and you're not sure what you're doing. And I think there's also an app that you can use to scan and download a character sheet, but I haven't had a chance to play with that yet on my phone, so I'm not sure about that. Usually when I do my characters, I will stick to playing a rogue, and it is easier to fall back on a class or character type you played before, so it's easy to memorize either a specific weapon that's associated with that character, or spells if you're doing a spellcaster. I find it also easier to have a cheat sheet on your phone listing your go-to fights, like your go-to weapon, you like playing with a rapier or hammer, or if you're a spellcaster, your top 4 spells you like to cast. And I also recommend having a extra version of your character sheet, because sometimes if you're struggling and you're playing with a nice group, they will help you, either by recommending a attack or a move to make on your turn if you're in combat, or just trying to help you get familiar with the game. 2 more aspects that fall in the visual department is your character module. Yeah, I thought of it.
Miniature?
Miniature, thank you. I was like, what's the word? Which is pretty much a 2-inch small little caricature that can represent you in the game. And I learned the hard way that when you're low vision blind, you're not going to be able to use those things, because either to misplace it very easily, quickly, or you're not going to be able to tell your miniature from the other players, or from the monsters you're fighting. So, I wouldn't really sweat about it. A lot of times you can just ask the DM to pick one for you and have them move it on the board for you. Which is, the other problem is, a lot of times when you play a tabletop gaming, which is your D&D, Pathfinder, Lone Wolf, etc., you're going to have a giant world map, either of the world itself, or, in the case of D&D, of the dungeon you're exploring. And usually this is a 2D piece of paper with drawings on it. And if you're lucky, you could have a really good DM that will describe the map and will describe what it looks like, what the monsters look like you're battling with, describing the areas surrounding your character, and also offering advice if you're trying to move on the board to make sure you're not doing things that are inhumanly possible, like walking through a mountain. Because to you, you just see a flat piece of paper and you can't see the statistics on the paper. I think I was just frustrated at the time because in the past, a lot of times if you're female, you would not be allowed to join people playing tabletop gaming because of the misconception that, oh, you're a chick, you don't know how to play, or it's not for you, it's only for guys. But now that I know that more and more females are gamers, especially tabletop gaming, especially, for example, what's your name? Girl that had from Purple.
Felicia Day?
Thank you. I think that's why I thought I'd be able to walk up to the table and join them, and just be told no. I was wondering, why are we not past the point where anyone, no matter race, gender, or disability, why can't they join in and have fun? Because tabletop gaming is a lot of fun. recently I've been playing online on Roll20 doing Pathfinder, and I had a blast. I was lucky to have a DM who was very descriptive, and because of the fact that my modifier could not enlarge the map, he had to be my eyes. He had to start it to me, and he had no problem with this. Nor did the other parties in our team have a problem when I made mistakes or I needed help with my character sheet because either it was glitching out or freezing, or because I could not remember off the top of my head what certain attacks did.
And a game where it's set up like that in a public setting, unless it's a private group playing that just use that space, you're going to have noobs come and join the party, so they're going to need help too. And why is it a big deal that you would need help because you can't see it?
Right. And the fact that I heard people saying, oh, I play D&D, okay, just go up to the table and join. And then be turned away, I think that's why I got flustered and got mad, because I felt like I have to be excluded because you have to put the work in. And I got mad because I just wanted to play the game. Which wasn't fair. And like I said, I found an alternative to play online. However, that has a new set of problems because a lot of times with sites like Roll20, when Discord, which don't hand hands for playing these games, they don't like accessible technology, which will lead to a lot of freezing or crashing of systems. So hopefully people learn from this, and next time you have someone come to your tabletop game that has a white cane or is wearing glasses or can't see the character sheet or dice, you will have some ideas on how they can be included. So I hope it helps. Until next time, embrace what makes you unique. Bye!